RPM Tonight welcomes you to Buckhead in Atlanta, Georgia, where we have set up camp at the ESPN Zone on Peachtree Road. Hello, everyone. I'm John Kernan. If you're going to be in the Atlanta area this week, be sure to stop by and see us each day. We are here at the ESPN Zone at 3030 Peachtree Road. We begin taping RPM Tonight around 4:30 Eastern. Wednesday and Friday nights, we air at 6:30 on ESPN2, while Thursday night we're on 30 minutes earlier at 6 o'clock. And don't forget, RPM Tonight's Sunday edition continues even after the racing season comes to a close. NASCAR officials announced Tuesday that they had fined Winston Cup driver Scott Pruitt $10,000 for intentionally running into the car driven by Robert Presley during the cool-down lap the week before at Phoenix. And crew chief David Ift of the Morgan McClure team's number 4 car was also fined $10 grand. NASCAR cited Ift for improperly attached weight at Phoenix. Bobby Labonte's team began celebrating winning the title Sunday after Bobby's 4th place finish at Homestead. Now, more than 48 hours later, the championship is starting to sink in, and the team knows it can concentrate on this weekend's race here in Atlanta.
Every day it seems like it's getting more real. The more interviews you do, the more people you talk to about it, it is starting to sink in a little bit. I don't think it'll really totally seem real till we get to New York and go through all of the gala up there on Friday night. I think that's when it'll finally really sink in.
I think it's such a long process. And you're so kind of wore out and exhausted mentally because it's week after week, 32 weeks. You know, they're racing, and when you finally get it, I think you're kind of wore out. I'll tell you this, I am sure glad that we wrapped it up a week in advance. I think if I had to go to Atlanta thinking, yeah, we got I don't know how those other guys did that, go there and have to run 20th or something, knowing all the things that can happen to you. I think that would have drove me nuts.
Bobby Labonte joins us now from Charlotte. Bobby, you've had a few days for it to sink in. What's it like to be the NASCAR Winston Cup champion?
Well, it's pretty exciting right now, and you know, we still haven't got too far into the week, so it seems like every day seems to be more exciting yet. So looking forward to the several days and weeks ahead right now.
Now, many people have pointed to your win in the Southern 500 at Darlington this year as one of the keys to your championship drive. After that, did you kind of feel that you were destined to win the title?
Well, I don't know that I was destined to win it, but you know, that weekend sure was a roller coaster ride for us, from wiping out a car in practice to qualifying in the back to take a provisional, and then end up winning the race by you know, virtue of the rain, and you know, we had great pit stops and never let a lap under green, and you know, just by ironic ways that you know, it was kind of a eventful weekend for us, and the way we won it was I knew it probably had to blow a lot of people away, because they were probably thinking towards Sunday morning that, you know, they had a chance to you know, gain some points on us. But you know, when the day ended, I think you know, just at the end of the day, we were like going, wow, I can't believe this happened. And you know, I guess that's what they were saying too, and that probably, you know, probably didn't make them feel much better about their chances of catching us. But it was a good race for us, and it was a great time that we had. That was maybe turned the corner for us a little bit. You can say that now. At the time, we didn't feel it, but you know, now you can look back and say that might have been the time that helped us.
Well, I was in your pits, and I still can't believe it happened. Are there any other moments or races this year that you can point to as important as far as the championship goes?
Well, I guess, you know, you can look at Indianapolis and Charlotte being 2 great races that we had that were, you know, kind of, you know, pivotal. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I look at Rockingham and Atlanta at the first of the year. I edged Dale Earnhardt out at Rockingham, and he edged me out at Atlanta, and it was 2 great races, and, you know, it was kind of typical of how it was going to be all year right then. And, you know, we... to lose such a great race at Atlanta, but to be so excited to be a part of it. I mean, even though we lost, it was like, man, that was a great race. And, you know, with Earnhardt being right there, and him being in the points hunt all season long was, you know, I mean, the man has, you know, won 7 championships. So it's like, you know, he was going to be hard to beat, you know, week in and week out. And, you know, just that's, you know, he's the intimidator for a reason. So it was just great to be able to battle him and Jeff Burton and Dale Jarrett and those guys, and to be able to come out on top was just, you know, just very satisfying and a lot of fun.
What have the last few weeks been like for you emotionally as you look forward to winning the championship?
Well, I can't say it was really a whole lot different. You know, it seemed like we were going, you know, just race to race, week to week, not really worrying about a whole lot of stuff, just trying to keep our points lead and trying to stay as consistent as possible. But yesterday when I got home Monday after Sunday's race, it seemed like I had nothing to do because it seemed like a lot of weight was lifted off my shoulders. So I can honestly say that I think I was worrying about it more than I thought I was or led on to believe, because it was, you know, yesterday was pretty much like, well, now, or not now what, but now I don't have nothing to worry about today. So it was definitely, you know, the past few weeks have been yeah, a lot of fun. I mean, we've been having some good races. We had a little tough luck in a couple of them, but still, overall, I mean, we were able to be there at the end of the day, and they weren't, Dale and Jeff weren't able to catch up on us a lot, but you know, it's very stressful, but you always put the stress on yourself, I think.
Well, you've got the stress behind you now. You can concentrate on racing this weekend here in Atlanta. And Bobby, thank you for spending time with us. See you this weekend down here in Atlanta.
Okay, man. Thanks. See you later.
Later on RPM tonight, we'll look back at a record-setting year in drag racing for the NHRA. And kart's most competitive season is also worth another look.
RPM tonight from the ESPN Zone in Atlanta is brought to you by Pep Boys. Cars like us. People love us.
The 2000 season will go down in the books as one of the most memorable in Car FedEx Championship Series history. The legendary Penske team returned to championship form. Several drivers picked up their first career wins, including longtime journeyman driver turned superstar Roberto Moreno. All in all, it was an unforgettable year on the racetrack.
You have a dream when you're a kid, and you want to try to, you know, accomplish your dreams and follow your heart.
I go out, I drive, I have fun, I try to beat everyone. You know, that's what everyone wants to do as well, you know. You want to be better than the rest.
Montoya. Now Andretti, and they almost touched. They may have touched. The slower car is going to be a factor as Montoya brings him to the line. And Montoya takes the Michigan 500. What a finish. And Max Pappas has done it. Oh, baby. And Roger Penske with Jill DeFerrin at the wheel takes win number 100.
It's tight in here. You have no idea how happy I am.
He's probably crying already in that car. He's an extraordinarily emotional man.
I did it! I did it!
Paul Tracy has taken the win. Amazing. What an amazing weekend. Awesome job, man. Awesome job. Great pit stops, everything. Awesome.
I really intend on kicking Chip's ass next year.
Blundell is going to go off course and hopefully get a turn before. Nope.
What are you doing out there?
Oh! Christian Fittipaldi gets in trouble. Takes a long ride on the grass. The car stays to the ground. And he doesn't touch a thing. Oh! And Tagliani tags Tracy.
Oh, no!
Here comes Kanaan down to come head on into the side.
What's up with that guy?
So whether you're an American or a Martian, you know, it's difficult to get a ride and keep it.
Oh! Kenny Brack and Christian Fittipaldi get together. Here they come. Oh! And Serbia takes Tracy out. Montoya gets in trouble. Montoya gets in trouble. And does he damage the fair? And it looks like he does.
If you look at it, we have something common. You know, that this monkey has a big nose like I do.
Now, this is not embarrassing.
Look at this. heights. First of all, when you jump, you can't go and climb. You have to jump and like a cat or like a Spider-Man, you know, like this.
And there is your new champion.
I don't know. This is a very, very special day for me. I've been dreaming of this moment for a long, long time.
Here's a look at the leaders this year in the Card FedEx Championship Series. Kenny Breck wrapped up Rookie of the Year honors, while Juan Montoya, Paul Tracy, and Gilles' teammate Elio Castroneves led the way in victories with 3 each. Montoya also topped the series in most poles with 7, and laps led with 820. As usual, it was another record-setting year for John Force as we look back at the 2000 NHRA season.